Okay, so this is part 2 of the demonstration for the Swimage Encore hydration toolkit. When we last left off, the wizard was completing the process of copying all of the data. So it copied all the data into this directory, and then I went ahead and put it into one zip file. It comes out to about 8.5 gigs. And just for the purposes of being able to shoot it through the pipeline a little faster, that's why I went ahead and compressed it. Now at the end of the wizard it will indicate that you will need to manually add certain data, but it's going to indicate that every single time, regardless if data actually needs to be manually added or not. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go to the production server and log in. And then from here, we're going to head and access the development server and just copy the file locally, which will probably take a second. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause here for just a moment so that my entire video is not the process of transferring the data. Okay, so now that we have all the data transferred over and extracted to the to the production server, and it's all uncompressed in its own directory, then what you're going to want to do is make sure that the Swimage hydration tool is on your production machine. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is create another directory, which we're going to call Swimage Encore, and put the release folder in this directory. Now the release folder, as I said, has everything that you need to execute the tool. And so go ahead and launch this. And this time we're going to hit rehydrate. And once again, we're going to select the URL for this server, which is http swimage 5-1-3-0, which is the version number. And we're going to use the current credentials again. And then select the directory where the data is located. Hit OK. Now, the problem if you say create duplicate is occasionally, if you say create duplicate, you can get more than, you'll end up with more than one of the same template, role, etc. So it's, for a server like this where it's totally brand new and there's nothing on it, you'll want to just select overwrite and keep this as it is and hit OK. And then it will go ahead and hydrate your server with the selected data. Now this process can take a minute, but it doesn't take quite as long as the dehydration process where you are copying all the files. So we'll go ahead and let this complete. Okay, and so now that the process has completed, and we go to the Operating Systems tab, you can see that the proper operating systems are there. Now for the purposes of this demonstration video, the product keys for my sources have been removed. But if we go to each operating system, it will indicate that the captured WIMs were properly pushed over and associated. If we go to templates, you can see that the selected templates are there, and they maintain all of their settings, as well as all of the roles. Now, for customized things like your USNT settings, if you have custom USNT settings, there is unfortunately no way to transfer those over using the hydration tool, but it should still transfer over things like your library objects, so that is how we use the hydration tool. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at